your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how I do. I'm live and direct with my boy Craig out the 662. Y'all already know how he do. If you don't, you bitches better get a clue. This is live and direct with Craig, man. What's popping and what's dropping, Craig?
Man, not much, y'all. This is Craig Smith, born and raised in 773, like Jimmy said, and I don't need to say no more. We got a little nice little topic filled show today on this little tired Sunday because we're working gentlemen, y'all. So we're gonna be talking about these little Walmart shootings and shit. The Pelicans, David Griffin, spicing up the tea. Also, Jimmy J probably has some thoughts on some things, and we also got some fan questions.
Oh, most definitely, man. So, um,
But let
what's
me
the
let
first?
me start off. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Go
let
ahead.
me start off by giving a shout out to two people that that are very worthy of shout out. One to my Southside classmate, Miss Sherbert Ratliff, aka the Sherb. As I got on my live on drawing something. Wow. My Let's Draw on Something on YouTube. You can find it on that since YouTube decided to cut Hangouts out. Um, we talked about her. She has a professional hair care salon, and now she has opened up another. And she realized this vision, man. And hey, I gotta say, man, I'm proud of her. A black sister,
Yeah,
black sister having the vision as what's his name said off of Willie Dynamite. She had to have that vision. Yeah, she had that. You know,
uh,
she had that vision, the vision,
yes,
if you will, that insight, the tunnel vision. And she
uh,
did the damn thing. Her and her husband saw it through. Shout out to her, man. I mean, wishing you success. Sure, wishing you much more success. And hell, don't stop with your second one. Open up a third one.
oh yeah.
Shit,
Open open
open up a third one. Do the damn thing, man. Make that money. I want to see your face on Black Enterprises.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most
And
definitely.
also, on behalf of the Let's Draw on Something, live in the Jimmy J Smooth Network's live and direct show has been brought to you in part by Trey Styles Customs and Designs. There's not one shirt he cannot custom. Yes, that's right. Holla my boy Trey D. Murphy. He has all your customization needs: NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. Hell, he'll even do soccer apparel, and as well as apparel for family unions and everything. Give him a holler. He gave me permission to give him his number. Give him a holler at 901-364-3698. That's 901-364-3698. Holler at my boy Trey D. Murphy, if you will. And he
Oh,
also said, don't come to him with no BS.
most definitely, most definitely.
Now let's
So,
get the show on the road.
most definitely, man. So I'm back on. I'm back live and direct. But one of the things I wanted to talk about. What exactly what I was trying to talk about? Yes. Disney had his fifth movie to go over $1 billion mark. So definitely shout out to them on that. The Lion King was like the sixth movie to go, the fifth movie to go on the $1 billion mark, and Toy Story will actually be will probably be will be the sixth at some time. So, but I'm looking at the Fast and the Furious yesterday. I had an opportunity to look at the Fast and the Furious, the Hobbs and Shaw in particular, and it was a lot of subtle stuff in that movie that I picked up on, and it was a particular message that he had, and he had a message at the end. Have you seen the Fast and the Furious? I mean Hobbs and Shaw movie yet?
No, but I heard that they did tease that Gwyneth
Mm-hmm.
who played the villain in the last Fast and Furious? Gwyneth Paltrow?
It was what was that? What's that white woman name? I can't
Nicole
even think of
Kidman?
that one. It wasn't Nicole Kidman. It is damn what's that woman name? I'm gonna look it up as we speak. But yeah, I
Yeah,
know who you're talking about.
but
Fate of
they
the
they
Furious.
did throw a hint that she might be back because
Okay, yeah, yeah.
she ain't through with all of them.
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
I
But
haven't saw it. But buddy of mine said he saw it. There's a lot of action and shit in there, action action scenes and stuff in there. So yeah, and I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, it was definitely a good movie. It was a lot of science. It was a lot of stuff that was talking about eugenics. You know what I'm saying? Mass genocide. It was a lot of subtle stuff in there that if you're not hip to your history, you wouldn't have caught on. And one of the most powerful things, and I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for many years. Rock during the fight scene, because one of the main characters is a woman named Vanessa Kirby out of Wimbledon. She's from Wimbledon, England. The
Mm-hmm.
Wimbledon tennis matchup. He got into a fight scene trying to look for Vanessa Kirby character, which would ultimately turned out to be Deckard Charles' youngest sibling or youngest sister.
Mm-hmm.
So when he interrogated Vanessa Kirby's character in the interrogation room, he was like, you know what I'm saying? Because the people thought that she was actually a killer, in which she was not. Because in the beginning of the film, Idris Elba, you know what I'm saying, killed up a whole bunch of people in the beginning of the film. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give a little bit of a spoiler, too much of a spoiler. Go see the goddamn movie, support the people, support my boy Vin Diesel, who was a production company, and production companies involved in this as well. Danny Garcia, his ex-wife, production company. But the beginning of the movie, Idris Elba killed up a whole bunch of folks, and Vanessa Kirby had to kill a couple of people in her own right. And as The Rock was interrogating her, she said, "I didn't kill anybody." He said, "He's like, how you figured I didn't kill anybody?" And he said a powerful message I've been saying for many years. You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't kill that person based on when we got into a fight. When I fight somebody, it tells me a lot about a person. You wasn't fighting to kill me. You was fighting to run away from me.
Mm-hmm.
He said that was some powerful shit. And that's
Yeah.
very true. A person who's really, different between a motherfucker that's trying to take your head off and a person that's trying to fight to get away or fight to survive. I mean, that could go many different ways. You know what I'm saying? If you understand fighting, if you've been into a fight, if you know some type of martial arts. That's a very powerful statement right there. Now, I don't think anybody in the movie theater, maybe one or two people might have caught on to that, but I caught on to that the moment I heard that shit. I'm like, damn, I've been saying this for many fucking years. But shout out to The Rock, Jason Statham, Vanessa Kirby, the Honorable Helen Mirren, as well as Idris Elba. Idris Elba played a hell of a fucking bad guy. I
Yeah.
mean, man, he could do that all day, man, and he
Bro,
would. That dude was a
I always praise his voice actor work in Jungle Book. If you've never seen it, man, he woo.
yeah. He's a hell of a bad guy. I mean, damn, he might need to play that more often. I mean, he was ruthless with that motherfucker, man. I mean, they had to go out their way to do their thing with that boy because he was a beast in that motherfucker. So, but nevertheless, man, definitely go see that movie. I think that movie will be right. If it don't get to $1 billion, I think it's going to get no less than 700 million at the box office because
Yeah.
most of the receipts is coming from coming internationally. So it might get $1 billion just off international receipts, and they've almost caught up with their budget. So I think it might be the only non-Disney movie to get $1 billion, $1 billion at the box office. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's in the top 5 right now, really in the top 6, is at $1 billion, and Fast and the Furious already in the top 20 highest grossing movies in the world. Not in the United
Mm-hmm.
States. I think it's like 20 something in the United States, which it's hard to get over 500, 600 million in the United States by itself, but you can definitely do that internationally, and they did a good job of promoting to the international crowd, man. But another thing I wanted to bring up, man, is there's going to be a new Top Gun movie come out.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I think, and they've been tried to make that Top Gun movie, but
They tried to make the sequel, but I remember they supposed to be coming out with a sequel, but I don't know what happened.
I think it was
And
with the original director. It was a lot of opposition between the studio and the original director. You know what I'm saying? And they were going back and forth. And believe it or not, he actually killed himself not too long ago.
damn.
Yeah, what's the guy's name? I'm gonna look it up as we're talking though. But the guy actually killed himself.
Damn.
Unfortunately. So you know what I'm saying. Rest in peace to that brother.
And then they interviewed Kelly McGillis.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't, man. Hey, when you just let yourself go, man, I'm like shit. And she even said the reason why I didn't they didn't bring me back for this shit because I'm old and I'm fat.
Not just that, Hollywood basically blackballed her. Tony Scott, the original director of he directed some hella fire movies. Beverly Hills Cop 2. He directed The Last Boy Scout, Crimson Tide, Enemy of the State, Man on Fire, Deja Vu, Unstoppable. Damn, he was a blockbuster. He had some hella fire blockbusters. What made this? That's the crazy thing about this situation.
Yeah.
Yep, he jumped off of a roof. Damn. Unfortunate. This dude do that? That's so unfortunate.
Mental issues.
And we're talking about cult classic movies. This guy killed himself. And I don't know his personal life like that, but the Hunger. I mean, was his first movie that he ever made as a director. I don't even count shortlimbs because a shitload of discography that he has. He made music videos, Danger. He made George Michael videos. This dude had cult classics. Just decided to. I can't really read all it because I just don't got time for it right now.
And I think he was some kin to Ridley Scott too.
Hold on, now I can research that because yes, that's his brother.
Wow,
that's his brother, Luke Scott. It's yeah, and director in his own right because he's came out with the Alien. And one of the best things he did was he tribes of Africa in character. The first Alien character, he was 6'10". And you could tell this is a dude in a suit. You could tell if you watch very closely, but man, he went to the tribe. He went to the Nalutis tribe, which is known as the tallest people, in the world. Because the average person is 7 feet tall, which Manubo and Manubo's son is a part of the Nalutis tribe. I mean, it's something about their DNA and their genes to where they literally could survive, withstand prolonged hours in the sun because of their melanin, which melanin is supposed to protect, but with all the toxins and chemicals and shit that we put in our body, we ain't gonna be able to withstand that. But that particular tribe, they can. They're one of the few people out there that could literally withstand prolonged hours in the sun and shit like that. But
I may cut you off. I'm reading this on Wikipedia about Tony Scott. They said on August 19, 2012 at approximately 12:30, Scott died by suicide after jumping off the Vincent Thomas Bridge in the San Pedro district, in the San Pedro Port District of Los Angeles. Investigators from the LAPD Harbors Division found contact information in a note left in his car, parked on the bridge, and a note at his office for his family. One witness said he did not hesitate before jumping, but another said he looked nervous before climbing a fence, hesitating for 2 seconds and jumping into the water beside a tour boat. His body was recovered from the water by the LA Port Police. On the 22nd of that same month, LA County Coroner spokesman said the 2 notes Scott left behind made no mention of any health problems, but neither the police nor the family disclosed the content of those notes. On October 22nd, 2012, the coroner's office announced the cause of death as multiple blunt force injuries. Therapeutic levels of mirtazapine and whatever Ezo were in his system at the time of death.
Yeah.
Both drugs have been known to cause suicidal thoughts or ideation. A coroner's official said Scott, quote unquote, did not have any underlying medical conditions and that there were no atomic evidence of neoplasm cancer identified. But when he interviewed his brother, he said Ridley described his brother's death as inexplicable, contradicted the coroner's official verdict by saying that Tony had been fighting a lengthy battle with cancer, a diagnosis that family elected to keep private during his treatments and in immediate wake of his death.
It ain't but one or two. It ain't but one or two things that I think could have led him to commit suicide. Either he pissed off the wrong person that had connections in Hollywood, and that's very common out there. People commit
Mm-hmm.
suicide in Hollywood, or he had heavy drug uses to where because it sounds like he had drugs in his system because some of those prescription drugs are worse than crack cocaine and meth put together.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it couldn't have been one of the two things because this dude had cult fucking classics. He directed cult classics. He didn't have any more than 15 films he directed, but the films that he directed, it paid him very handsomely. You know what I'm saying? It paid that man very fucking
Mm-hmm.
we talking about, Last Boy Scout. That's a cult classic. Top Gun is a
Man,
cult.
what?
Enemy of the State is a cult classic. When he
Man on
went into
fire.
when he went into the director's table, he meant business when it came to that. I mean, he meant business. If this motherfucker's gonna be a box office smash, or I'm not even finna direct no fucking film. I mean, man, that's just crazy right there. But nevertheless, getting back on Kelly McGillis, from my understanding, Hollywood blackballed her because all of a sudden, because she was at the prime in her career when her shit just all of a sudden stopped, man. Because she was in movies like Witness, she was in movies like The Foster, was brutally raped in that movie, and that was one of the first movies that really went into a brutalization of a person being raped. Now if
Mm-hmm.
you want to go I spit on your grave. That was a little bit more brutal, but you know, nevertheless, she she was at the prime of her career, and then all of a sudden, you didn't hear
You ain't
about this
seen
woman
no more.
after the accused. You so Hollywood virtually, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but Hollywood had to have blackballed this woman for her to all of a sudden. And Kelly McGillis is not an ugly woman at all, by no stretch
Hell
of
no.
imagination. If I
Ooh-wee.
if I got with the Kelly McGillis in 1985 through 1988, she would have had all my kids.
Man, what?
I mean, I don't look at white women like that, but damn, she would have, that motherfucking white woman would have been, I would have had a couple of kids by that motherfucker. We would have had 4 kids up in this motherfucker. You know, shit, because she was in her prime, and then all of a sudden, shit, her career's over with. So somebody had to have blackballed this woman. A white woman that fucking fine can't find no fucking work. Come on, man.
Man.
Somebody blackballed her ass.
Hell yeah. She didn't.
Yeah,
This is
she
what I
pissed off.
think.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she pissed off the wrong person. I was about to say she probably didn't fuck them. She probably didn't let the wrong person fuck her.
Yeah, and that's possible. That's possible as well, man. Because it's quite a few people out there that's been blackballed in Hollywood, man. And it's a lot of stuff that goes on that a lot of people don't know about. And then all of a sudden, bam, you don't hear about these women no more. I mean, damn, you know. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a woman, she was at the peak of her fucking career by the time her career was over with at the peak. You know, because she played a damn good role in The Accused, being Jodie Foster's lawyer and stuff like that, man. In The Accused, man, and that was a powerful. And she was nominated for an Oscar for that particular role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things to where I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened? I mean, did Harvey Weinstein blackball her? Because Harvey Weinstein was known for blackballing people too now. So, I mean, that's crazy, man. So it is what it is when it come to that, man. Um, I looked at something about Urban Meyer. And I'm gonna try to put this link up.
Don't tell me he talking about coming back coaching.
It's definitely not that, but he did try to urge the troubled what's this dude named Zach Smith to stay with the Buckeyes.
I ain't never
Uh
heard of this dude. Damn,
yeah,
we getting all these motherfuckers trouble,
his
motherfuckers.
dude that whooped his wife's ass.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
and
Okay.
he was trying to urge him to stay, and you know what I'm saying, prior to everybody, the investigation was being opened. And if you get accused of domestic violence crime, especially with a major university like that, you can be let go of your job and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of most universities have that rule, because that's all you around is women. So and you can't blame them to a certain degree, because you know they got to protect
Excuse me.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's been
Mm-hmm.
two lawsuits they've been having out there, to where some of these coaches have been accused of touching and fondling some of these women. So, he did urge him to stay, but prior to, you know what I'm saying, prior to all this investigation. But what it ended up happening was he he had to shut the door on the guy, unfortunately, man. So, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know, and Urban Meyer was also talking about, he ripped into him when he found out that this ultimately became true and stuff like that. And he was doing a whole lot of crazy shit, man. But what's your thoughts on that, man?
Whew. Well, first of all, I mean, hell, I think any job should fire your ass for domestic dispute. Beating your wife, because it's urban legend that if if any other cop find out, like if a policeman beat up on his wife, and either the squad or the precinct found out about it, they got a receipt. You know, um, shit. I try not, anything involved with Ohio State and Urban Meyer, I don't follow, because I respect Urban Meyer for the fact that he a coach, but sometimes, man, you get sick of him. But on this instance, I got to agree with him, man. Hey, he tried to urge stay on, but never know, because shit, he might fuck around and do it again.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
Because
a person.
that's why I said I ain't been following too much of the college on the college part as of late, and we know we about how many weekends? Two more weekends for the start of the season,
Mm-hmm.
But Urban had a point here. He had every right to lit in his ass, but see, he kind of also made himself look bad when the shit came out too.
Yeah, he definitely should have followed the university.
Protocol.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he should have followed university protocol. So, once again, Urban Meyer made himself fucking look bad. Then he blamed and he turned around. Well, ESPN covered his ass by saying about how much medication he take because he forget a lot of shit or whatever. I mean, ain't no fucking way in the world you gonna forget that. No.
No, you know what's going on, and it is what it is when it comes to Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, I mean, he made himself look bad. He just should have got rid of the guy when he had the chance. You don't got
Mm-hmm.
time to be dealing with that. You're under the protocol to get rid of somebody. You should get rid of somebody. Now, as far as somebody not having a job, I don't think a person. It depends on the job description in
Yeah.
terms of, because if you're around like a school teacher, I wouldn't want no school teacher. You know what I'm saying, teaching my daughter being an abuser. Police officer, same thing.
Yep.
Doctor, that's a tricky situation right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little tricky right there. But
Yeah.
if you're around, if it's something you got to really be around people on, yeah, it depends on the job. I have to say that though, but you know, do your job. You know what I'm saying? If you got to fire somebody, no matter how close you are to them and shit like that, do what you need to do to fire. You know what I mean? Save yourself, let him go, save yourself, because most likely he gonna get another job because he's with Urban Meyer. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The protocol says you got to fire him. You know what I'm saying? If this person is accused of this type of crime, protocol says you got to fire him. So it just
Yep.
is what it is. I mean, and that goes for person that's working in administration. It goes for anybody, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Because if an athlete gets let go of a university because he's remotely accused of a domestic violence dispute, then this coach who's supposed to be influential, who's supposed to be a prime example of these kids at the university, you gotta let that motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because Urban Meyer is a prime example. Zach Smith was a prime example to the kids at Ohio State. So they had to do what they need to do to let this motherfucker go. So, you know, again, I say depend on this on what the job description is. But if you round nothing but women and shit like that, university's got to do something, because what if you whoop one of the staff members' ass, the female staff members? Then you got another Me Too movement going on. Then you got Gloria Allred in people business talking about drop off $10 million, and then that takes away from Ohio State's 10 or $20 billion budget and shit like that. You gotta pay Gloria Allred to shut her goddamn mouth, and the white woman that ass you whoop. So, you know, university got to cover their ass. So
yeah,
it is what it is, man. So you got anything else you want to say before we go to the next topic, man?
no. But let me talk about this here though.
Go ahead.
David Griffin, the Pelicans vice president, the new Pelicans president of basketball operations. I think he's whatever he is with the team. He basically put some more spice on the tea that we've been telling people for the longest. He said in the article that was published Thursday in Sports Illustrated that his days in Cleveland were pressure packed and miserable. He said everything we did was so inorganic and unsustainable and frankly not fun. Literally, the moment we won the championship, I knew I was going to leave. There was no way I was going to stay for any amount of money. Griffin said part of the rub for him and others in that position is James will get all the credit and zero blame. That's not fun for people, he said. They don't like being part of that world. And but before I did got into that, Griffin has confirmed that what everybody has been saying James was, and he still is in the background calling the shots. So, what do you think of that, Jimmy McWright? Did David kind of ruffle some feathers up a little bit, or did he just basically just tell the truth? What?
First of all, him being a general manager, that's fucking unprofessional. I don't give a damn what LeBron did. I get if it's a player, coach. I don't even get if it's an owner. He was out of pocket for that. I'm gonna just be real about that. He was out of pocket on that one. You know what I'm saying? Now do we agree that LeBron is an asshole? He's a fucking Capricorn. What you expect? He's born on the 31st of December, 29. Whatever the fuck his goddamn
December 30th.
Sometime around this motherfucker. We know he's
Capricorns are assholes now.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that, but that's fucking unprofessional on his end. For him to do that, say that shit, he should be fine for saying that shit. Now, if it's another player, okay, that's fair game. If it's another coach, you know, Tyronn Lue saying that, I get it, because you know that's more of a thing that you have a little bit thing to let your hand down. But you're representing the NBA. You're representing all 30 other general managers as well as presidents of basketball operations. Nigga, get out your motherfucking feelings. You an owner. You're damn near an owner, because you got most of the fucking responsibility. You know, yes, LeBron could have been an asshole, but you signed that motherfucker. I don't feel sorry for this motherfucker. You signed that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. So take your fucking L, nigga. Hell, you wanted LeBron back in Cleveland because you wanted a motherfucking championship.
No, that was Dan Gilbert. No. Dan Gilbert wanted him back, not David Griffin.
Still, at the end of the day, it's unprofessional. Yep. I think in that respect is unprofessional on his end. You know, now
David. I ain't talking about. Don't get David Griffin confused with Dan Gilbert. Now we all know how Dan Gilbert is. David Griffin was the no nonsense GM.
Mm-hmm.
Him. So now he running New Orleans, and give credit where credit's due. He kept 2 hires on the low. He hired Trajan Langdon to be the general manager, which I think is a damn good fit. And he hired Swing Cash from the broadcast booth to become the executive vice president of player personnel of basketball operations, and also director of player personnel.
Yeah, but
I
still,
mean,
I don't.
I give him that, but here's my thing. All right, I like Griff. I like his style. He honest a lot of things. However, and this is me for write this down, Jimmy. Been sip your tea on this and get ready to every LeBron fan get ready to shit on himself or whatnot.
Mhm.
He was totally out of line about that. And even though he later admit those comments he said were taken out of context, still he basically told us what LeBron is was always is. Capricorns, especially the men, Capricorns are some bona fide dickwads, man, for real.
Yeah, I mean,
God damn. I mean, but there's some bona fide dickwads. I mean, I had one guy, I'm not, you know, they ain't gonna say no name. He admitted that he's an asshole by nature. Okay, hey, you man enough to admit that. Ain't no problems about that. But shit, man, we been knowing LeBron been calling the shots. But
yeah, but
he was totally out of line for. But Griff, on the other hand, great, hey, great general manager. He know what he doing. Well, he's vice president now of the Pelicans.
mhm. Yeah,
But just some things, just some things you don't, just some things you ain't supposed to say.
yeah, I agree.
Now,
I
but
totally.
now I don't know what Trump's did, what toss up between what comment was better. When Charles Barkley said, "What do LeBron want all the good players? He don't want to compete," or what Griff said. I gotta say it's actually neck and neck.
I say
But
Charles Barkley has more of a leverage because one, he's a former player.
yeah,
Uh,
and I said it was neck and neck. You know,
yeah, yeah,
Charles, and like you said, but now you maybe changed my mind. Charles, but Charles, man, hey, been speaking from basketball mind. And when
yeah.
you think about what he said, and I know you're a LeBron fan, and I can, LeBron the man, I'm a fan of, but not the player. You know,
Mhm.
uh, I agree with Barkley on all aspects. It's like he want all the damn good players. You
Yeah.
know, and it's a true fact. I mean, when you look at it, did you think back in San Francisco? Did you think back
Mhm.
in the Dallas days, Jerry Rice wanted Joe Montana, and Jerry Rice wanted Joe Montana. Jerry Jones wanted Joe Montana to back up Troy Aikman, and then turn around and have Jerry Rice starting alongside Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper during them days, and then turn around,
Uh-huh.
Roger Craig backing up Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. I,
You never saw Jerry Jones make no moves and shit like that.
yeah.
Well, with the exception of the fact when Dion's dumbass went to left the 49ers, who offered him more money to go to
Yeah.
Dallas for the damn same amount.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Because everybody was mad about that shit, man. And then when he played in Dallas, he ain't do shit.
Well, he could. Well, he didn't do nothing because nobody thrown his way. Nobody thrown his way. That's the thing about being that's the luxury. That's the luxury and the downside about being a shutdown corner. And that topic is going to take us into the Hall of Fame. Uh, Even though I wasn't able to look at nothing on the Hall of Fame, I'm going to address some things about the Hall of Fame because there are some players out there that I think needs to be in the Hall of Fame. But that's the thing about being a shutdown corner. Nobody is going to throw your fucking way. You may get 3 or 4 balls a game thrown your fucking way when you're considered a shutdown corner. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the shutdown corners in history or people that was classified as shutdown corners. Aeneas Williams didn't start getting interceptions until he went to the safety position. When he
Yep.
went to the safety position, he started getting more interceptions. But long as it was called Aeneas Island, shit, wasn't nobody throwing that motherfucking direction because ain't but
Every
one or two things gonna happen. Either you finna get that a pick six for a touchdown, or he's gonna strip fumble your motherfucking ass. So
Or
it's
else
one.
Ed
It's
Reed
one
was
of
the
those,
same way, but Ed Reed would come out of nowhere and sack your ass.
yeah. So it was one of those things to where when you're a shutdown corner, it nobody's gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. With I can't say he didn't do nothing. You can't do anything when nobody's throwing in your direction. The only time
No.
somebody going his direction was when Jerry Rice was playing, and Jerry
Yep.
Rice, the greatest wide receiver of all time, hands down. What Randy Moss could have had that thing, but Randy Moss was team hopping and he didn't want to play in
Being
Oakland
just
and shit like
being ass.
being an asshole, which to a certain degree, he had a right to be an ass, but
Yeah.
still, he could have shattered Jerry Rice's record easily. Out of everybody who got close to Jerry Rice's record, he could have shattered that if he had stayed on pace. The problem was he was being an asshole. He didn't want to give it 100%. I think had Dante Culpepper still been the quarterback for the Vikings, and he still played with the Vikings, I think he would have ultimately got the record at some point. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because that was Dante Culpepper's favorite target.
Yep.
But what ended up happening was Dante Culpepper didn't want to lose no weight. He got blown out of proportion, and then they traded Randy Moss. So
And
that was
then,
the beginning of yeah.
but
Go
one thing
ahead.
I can say though, here's a comparison between Randy Moss and Terrell Owens. Randy Moss never want to give us 100%. Terrell Owens did,
Yeah, and I hate Terrell Owens. I hate that
and we
motherfucker.
we both don't like him, but we can say that man gave us 100%. I mean, you catch 130 yards in the Super Bowl against the Patriots on a fucking broken leg and score
Yeah,
2 touchdowns.
um, yeah, totally agree.
And only if only Don McNabb had to listen to what Terrell Owens was telling him. They running the same coverage, dude, and I got them all beat.
Yeah, that was the only thing that's the only thing that pissed me off about Donovan McNabb, because Donovan McNabb could have defeated the New England Patriots easier than Nick Foles,
Yep.
because Nick Foles saw that same. Bill Belichick's defense hasn't changed for the most part.
Nope.
In 30 plus years that he's ran, he's been a defensive coordinator, linebackers coach,
Special
head coach.
team.
His defense team has really not changed. You know what I'm saying? At least for the most part.
True.
So I agree with you on there. He could have beat the fucking Patriots easily. He could have beaten them because it was so much shit that was. I mean, and then Todd Pinkston was having a beast of a game. Dude had 6'4", 6'3" wide receivers that was just catching all over those guys, and he was constantly throwing it right over the fucking middle to fucking Rodney Harrison like a motherfucker. I'm like, come on, Donovan.
Like, dude, what you doing?
Yeah, I agree, man.
Shit, Philly could have had McNabb could have had a Super Bowl, but then Nick Foles had to win the Super Bowl. So, but with the Griff situation about with him, about with him and LeBron, I mean, it wasn't called for. Now, granted, Jimmy, I mean, now we ain't gonna, ask. Here's our motto: ask us no questions, we'll tell you no lies. But if you do ask some questions about our former places of employment or employer, we damn sure ain't gonna tell you no lie. Because I have gone on Let's Draw on something that said some good things. However, I've said some bad things about the people I've worked with.
Yeah, but
Hey, there was a couple, several people recently I had to G check when they said some shit about how it was working with me. Some people was like, one person said I had best work with his dad than him because he didn't want to pay attention. Like, whoa, hold the fuck up. So I didn't pay attention really. It was just because of the fact. The reason why you thought I didn't pay attention was because and I had to reprimand him. You don't know what the fuck I was doing.
yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
know.
and so with that, yeah, with that, we're gonna go to the NFL Hall of Fame, man. So, was you able to look at the clips for the Hall of Fame? Was you able to take a look at some of the clips for the Hall of Fame, man?
No, man. I was out with a partner, with my buddy of mine. Shout out to my boy Adrian Williams, man. We went up to South Haven Pizza, and we had left when Ed Reed was
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to speak. Ed Reed did get
Mm-hmm.
up on the stage with a black T-shirt on, his Hall of Fame jacket, a stogie in his mouth, and a hat with the brim of the hat with the brim of the hat in a wood style, with a wood grain brim hat.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to catch it. But even though I did, read a little bit, and they said Tony G closed the show out pretty good. It was well
Yeah.
deserved, man. So, um, and I know you did say of some people that's deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. Hell, Troy Polamalu was automatic first ballot in my vote in my vote because he should have gotten this year's.
Man, it's several people, and I'm proud of Ed Reed for representing the Ninth Ward out in New Orleans, man. Even though he went to the University of Miami, man, for him to come out of New Orleans, especially at the peak of the violence, because when he was living in New Orleans in the '90s, that was the peak of the murder rate out there in New Orleans. They never had like it was a couple of years where where the murder capital was saying this the murder capital world because we bowdy bowdy. He spitted that verse, but yeah, he was at the height of violence out there in New Orleans. And to come out of the court, man. Much respect to that brother, man. And I actually had a Airbnb in the Ninth Ward, and we didn't even know he was in the Ninth Ward because the night part of because like the part of the Ninth Ward we was in, it was. But if you walk down the street a little bit farther, you gonna see some shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas begging and all types of shit. Cause like it's right by downtown New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, damn, this is a nice little old, and we was in a historic Airbnb. We wasn't in no raggedy shit. We was in some nice little shit, man. The building was obviously made in the 1930s, early 1900s. So we was like, okay, we straight up in this motherfucker. But then we realized, damn, we in the night room, shit. So it was one of those days. For Ed Reed to come out of that, it's much respect to him as well. Tony Gonzalez as well, coming out of Torrance, California, basically South Central, damn near.
Yeah.
It ain't much different between South Central and Torrance. You know what I'm saying? You keep driving south, you gonna find out where you at. So for him to come out of that, much respect. Champ Bailey, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate he didn't get a championship, but much respect to Champ Bailey, well deserved. Ty Law should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer, hands down. He was definitely him. Lawyer Malloy and Rodney Harrison was the heart. Even though Lawyer Malloy won one championship with the Patriots, they were the foundation of that Patriots
secondary.
defense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, at least the secondary. Thank you for correcting me on that. I respect
And
you on that.
Ty Law is 5 years from hitting 50, and he doesn't fucking look it.
Yeah,
He doesn't look it, dog.
And he still works out. That's the thing. He still works out. So yeah, I mean, much respect to those guys.
He said he's a granddad now, if I'm not mistaken. Because look, when they had his family there, his wife. I know he had the oldest son, Ty Jr., two of his sons, and the daughter had a little girl with him. I'm like, he a granddad. I said, oh, okay. So he doing something right, keeping himself fit. But I'm gonna say, like, hey, will he be on Undisputed, man? Talking, he be talking, sharing his opinion about a lot of shit. He keep it 100, man. He keep it real. I mean, because he even questioned about what the hell he said. He said, man, we ain't gonna never get the reason why Bill Belichick didn't start Malcolm Butler in that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Never will. But but it is what it is with the Hall of Fame, man.
Another dude, Johnny Robinson for the Kansas City Chiefs / he was with the Kansas City Chiefs when they were in Dallas, when they were the Dallas Texans. And he on the last Kansas City team to lose to the New England Patriots before 2006. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. 57 interceptions, almost 1,000 interception yards. Had scored 15 touchdowns because he was an in and out guy. Both played on both sides of the ball. So that's another guy that should have been in the Hall of Fame. But one guy one person, if not a couple of people, I want to address that should be in the Hall of Fame, should have been, and it's a couple of Oakland Raiders guys. First guy, he's from Houston, Lester Hayes. This is no excuse to not have fucking Lester Hayes in the Hall of Fame. You can argue if not the first original shutdown corner, one could argue Dick Night Train Lane, but he's definitely in the top 5 original shutdown corners. It was one season. Now, even though he had the advantage of having Stickum, and he's the reason why they don't have Stickum in the NFL because Fred Biletnikoff put him up on the game of Stickum. But what he would put a whole bunch of that shit, and you can't blame him for having that as an advantage, using that as an advantage because it was legal at the particular time. But in 1981, I think it was a season or 2 seasons after he got that 13 interception year, they outlawed Stickum. You know what I'm saying? But he had fucking interception. Only Dick Night Train Lane in the 1950s had more in the regular season. And when Dick Night Train Lane did it, he was a rookie that had 14 interceptions. And he would use the bait and switch coverage. Whereas he would pretend like he was sticking one guy and he would jump right in front of another guy. You know what I'm saying?
They still use certain teams still use that.
So yeah, so he would use that technique. And what ended up happening was Dick Night Train Lane, people stopped throwing in his direction. And or one could argue that anyway. With Lester Hayes, when he got 13 interceptions, didn't nobody want to throw in his direction. They didn't even want to. If he was on the left side of the field, didn't nobody want to throw his. You didn't throw on the left side of the field where Lester Hayes was. You just didn't do it. It was one of those things to where he was pretty much the foundation of Deion Sanders, the foundation of Aeneas Williams. He was influential to a lot of these so-called shutdown corners. I mean, if you look at the 1984 Super Bowl, only threw 3 balls in the direction of Lester Hayes. Now, granted, they had 2 shutdown corners. Mike Hayes, that played for the New England Patriots and the Oakland Raiders, that was a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? They were both. That was the only team in football, from what I understand, that had 2 shutdown corners on one fucking team. One could argue other teams, but Mike Hayes was a bad motherfucker too. But Lester Hayes, from what I was looking at, and I watched this game recently, Joe Theismann only threw 3 balls in that motherfucker direction. He didn't throw that motherfucker no more in his goddamn direction. So Lester Hayes should be in the Hall
that
of
Super
Fame.
Bowl when the Raiders whooped their ass 38-9.
Yeah, and the Redskins was supposed to win 4 Super Bowls in this era, but they only won 3 in that particular Joe Gibbs era. But the Redskins were supposed to win that Super Bowl, and they got their ass kicked, man. Marcus Allen ran wild, and Cliff Branch. That's another guy, and that's another person I'm going to mention. Cliff Branch, number 21 for the Oakland Raiders. It is no excuse for him not to be in the Hall of Fame either.
No. And hold it thought for a minute. We'll kind of keep talking. I gotta make a run right quick. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. So I'm just doing some research as we speak. So hold on for a hot second.
But that's what happened at the end, though. Oh, between Christian and Grandma.
This is crazy.
Grandma didn't like that. Oh, Ella found out about it too. I'm back, bro.
Yeah, and it's a couple of other people that I would say deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but definitely Cliff Branch. Cliff
Mm-hmm.
Branch, who played for the Oakland Raiders with that two-headed wide receiver crew with Bolitnikov.
Yeah.
You know, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? He should have been a first ballot, just like Fred Bolitnikov, because he was just as big of a factor for the Raiders wide receivers as Bolitnikov. He was
Yeah.
faster. You know, he was one of those guys to where you had to double cover Cliff Branch, and even out of his prime, he still was a block burner. Could burn any young. So it's a shame that, and he's the only person to win all three Super Bowl. He's the only Raider to be on all three Super Bowl winning teams for the Oakland Raiders, and he has not been elected to the Hall of Fame. That is a crime for him not to even be a first ballot Hall of Famer, much less him having to wait this fucking long. Cliff Branch should be in the Hall of Fame right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, he was just as big of a factor as Bolitnikov. I can go on details with Ken Riley for the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Played 13 years for the Cincinnati Bengals, had 65 interceptions. Even though he never went to the Pro Bowl, he was pro 4 times in his career. That's another crime in itself. So you Hall of Fame selection committee, get up off your ass and elect the people who need to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, with Lester Hayes, one could argue statistical numbers. He only had 39 interceptions in his career, but that's deceptive because he wasn't throwing that way. You can't really go by stats. You know what I'm saying? Go by the stat that how many times they want to throw this motherfucker's way. If a person ain't throwing your way, you're not gonna get no fucking interceptions. And here's another thing. His teammate, what's the guy's name that played with him? I'm gonna look him up as we talk here. This is definitely because
Hey, why you look that up, man? I remember old coworker at UPS, man. We was talking about he's a Raiders fan too, and that man was talking about when the Raiders had Jay Schrader as a quarterback.
He was a Hall of Fame.
What?
First ballot fan. Willie Brown for the Oakland Raiders, because he got that famous interception that closed the game versus the Vikings when they won the first Super Bowl when the Oakland Raiders won. Yeah, So it is Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
go ahead.
but no, man, they were talking about when that time when the Raiders had Jay Schrader as the quarterback, right? Said Jay
Mhm.
Schrader when Art Shell got so mad with that man in one game, he was fucking up shit. He put in Vince Evans. Hit Vince Evans was 35 years old. First down, boom, touchdown. No, first,
Yeah,
Vince Evans be on the field. Black Vince Evans, black guy, old dude, when almost pushing 40. He get the Raiders on the field, get on the field, boom, first down, boom, first down, boom, touchdown.
yeah,
I'm like, damn. Everybody said, old man hit this here. Jay Schrader, everybody said Jay Schrader should learn something from old man Vince Evans. And that's bad. Vince Evans' old ass got him to the field quicker.
yeah. The only thing that was get them to the AFC Championship game and get their ass whooped by the Buffalo Bills. And you can actually go to YouTube and watch that ass whooping that the
Yeah, I
Buffalo
did
Bills
watch
put on.
because see they didn't have Bo. Because Bo broke his hip in
Yeah,
that game too.
yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, that was a classic ass whooping. I mean, everybody thought the Raiders was going to go to the Super Bowl that year because nobody thought. I mean, the Bills had a hell of an offense, but they was expecting, because they had Willie Gardner, a couple of old school wide receivers, but
Yeah.
they thought that the Raiders was going to beat them in their house, but the Buffalo Bills had one of the best no huddle offenses to this day. You know what
I
I'm
told you
saying?
the
To this
origins
day,
about that.
yeah. The
Yeah,
K gun.
originally that was Sam Weiss's offense.
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah,
then when
and it was.
Art Levy went to the competition committee said it needed to be banned, and said in the following year Art Levy and them running it.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Weiss was
Yep.
pissed off like a motherfucker that man about that shit.
Yeah, because what they called Sam Weiss's version was a balance between the quick huddle and actual no huddle, except Sam Weiss's version didn't have a shotgun. And
No.
Sam Weiss's version was used by no other than John Gruden at Oakland and at Tampa Bay as well. So yeah, man. I mean, but their version was a little bit more I mean, the Bills version, man, that was a
Yeah,
beast. The only problem with the Bills is they could not get past the Dallas Cowboys or any of the NFC East guys. So the best chance they had was against the New York Giants, and they blew that opportunity by, you know what I'm saying, by letting him run
hmm
for 100, run for 100 yards. Which that took away a lot of clock and shit like that. So, but again, Lester Hayes should definitely be a Hall of Famer. If Willie Brown could get in, uh, damn sure Lester Hayes can get in. Uh,
right.
another guy, another guy's Dave Brown, played for the Steelers, played for the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers, who played corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers, won a championship in his only year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's how Tony Dungy ended up getting his Super Bowl ring with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dave Brown should definitely be the late Dave Brown. Unfortunately, rest in peace. He should definitely get a Hall of Fame nod. His family, who's ever the family members of Dave Brown, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Seattle Seahawks, and ended his career with the Green Bay Packers, they should definitely play for Texas Tech in the '60s as well. They should definitely go to the Hall of Fame committee. I'm sorry, Michigan. I'm looking at him being
Yeah.
from Lubbock. Oh, he played for Michigan. I'm sorry. They should definitely in the Hall of Fame as well. But it's a host of other people that I would like to be in the Hall of Fame. Those are just the very few, to say the least, that should be in the Hall of Fame. But definitely, particularly Lester Hayes, I think he definitely deserves a nod. And him being the foundation of the Deion Sanders, the foundation of Aeneas Williams, and all the other shutdown corners of our time, he definitely should definitely be in. You got anything you want to say, man?
No. I mean, those are some pretty good choices there, man. That should be considered. That new it ain't no should be considered. Needs to be considered and put in for next year. because there's a whole plethora of people next year, and and probably tomorrow I'm gonna look that up. I'll look it up when I have time when I get off tomorrow about who will probably be headlining the 2020 Hall of Fame class. But Tony Gonzalez headlining, man, that he deserved that to be the headliner for that one, man. So I gotta watch all the speeches for that. I mean, and really, I watched the Hall of Fame for the speeches because I've
Yeah.
always said, bar none, bet the ones. Let's see, Brian Dawkins and Randy Moss's speech from last year's Hall of Fame was good. Uh, Bill Parcells' Hall of Fame speech was good too. He said some real shit. I mean, and then
Yeah.
that's something you should look up too. I mean, Jersey guy, but yeah, it is what it is on that. Also, man, speaking of legends, rest in peace to a seven time, and now
Hmm.
any wrestling fans out there, everybody be saying wrestling is fake, but I advise you guys go up on Quoria and type up something about stories of Harley Race. Harley Race had passed away this last week at the age, but I think I forgot how old he said he was, man. But they said at the age of 83 or something like that. Uh, he's one of the most. He was a seven-time NWA World Champion. He ain't take no
Hmm.
fucking shit from nobody, and they said he was one of the toughest outside. And some of the stories are never exaggerated. Mick Foley told some good stories about him. Like I said, Mick Foley told a story about Harley Race. I was watching Legends of Wrestling the other day, and he said Harley earned his. He said Harley earned mixed respect when he saw him do this because he said there was a guy in there that was working, one of the ring crew, and dude messed around and he fucked around and had kind of thing like dislocated his finger, kind of fucked his finger up on one of the ring things. So he said to get so dude said one of the workers went up to the guy and talking about some man, I ain't gonna pay you. Talking about some I ain't gonna pay you, let alone let you go home about that or whatever. Said Harley walked up. He said, "What happened?" So he said the dude told Harley, and said Harley went up to do. He said, "Hey, what seemed to be the problem?" He said, he told him. He said, "Well, yeah, he dislocated his finger and stuff like that." And I told him wasn't gonna pay him. Well, did he tell you that he was work for me? Work for me with inside the ring. He was gonna be working with me inside the ring on some things. Well, that's fine and good. And he said the guy came back and said, "Well, yeah, I understand that, but I ain't gonna pay him." Said Harley walked up to him and said,
Hmm.
"I said he's working in for me." And said, "Dude had to hurry up and pay that man." Oh, damn.
I don't blame him. He did. He did right. I respect him. You know what I'm saying. You look out for those who you're supposed to look out for, and those who
Mm-hmm.
look out for you as well. So he made the right decision by G checking that hoe, and he deserves
And
every
then
bit of it.
and
You
Bret
know.
Hart told some good stories about him. Said when Bret Hart said when he would have to walk, he said when he had to walk, he would have to leave a little bit early to walk to the when he was wrestling for Georgia Championship Wrestling at the time.
Hmm.
That all the baby faces in the hills would drive past him and I give him a ride. Said Harley would pick that man up, have him ride with him, and said the reason why Harley could do that. And when they said when Brett would walk in with Harley and everybody be looking like what the fuck, and said Harley, it was like well Harley Race can do that. He was the NWA champion because
Yeah.
he took care of him. Said Bret Hart. Everybody knew it, and Bret said in his book, he said because Bret his father late Stu Hart and Harley Race were pretty tight, man. And said that even when Bret had his money or whatnot or whatever, he said, man, and Harley took care of him. He said Harley gave him had a wad of money, gave him something. Oh, appreciate it. I'm pretty sure probably what you got in your pocket would be enough for you. He said, but to me, that ain't enough. There you go. He helped that man
Yeah.
out. Yeah. So I mean, but rest in peace to him. And I
Hmm.
mean, you can look at some old classic shit like the Harley Race versus Terry Funk, Harley Race
Oh,
versus Ric Flair, and all the other shit. I recommend you not watch this WWF run because Vince McMahon cartooned the shit out of his ass. But when he was in WCW, he later managed the late great Big Van Vader. I mean, that was a damn good combination. But and after that, he was inducted in the Hall of Fame and shit. And you know, when you read up about Harley, man, Harley went through a lot of shit. He was in an automobile accident. He battled divorce. He had he had to have intestinal surgery. I think he said he had to have a third of his intestine removed. You know,
Yeah,
and I was like, damn. The man still kept going. It was still kicking ass, you know. But he said like with divorce, said the first wife took that man for everything he damn near had, even though she was under prenup. He's like, damn. So he bounced back.
yeah, yeah. And with prenups can be contested if you don't do the right thing in terms of those prenups as well. Uh, but I will say this as well, getting on the subject. If a guy giving you anywhere past 1 million or 500,000 a month, take it or take it, because
Mm-hmm.
if the judge rehash that prenup, that's your ass. And I'm speaking to Robert De Niro's black wife because that's all he marries black women anyway. He have like 8 kids
Whoa,
uh,
wait a minute. His
with
wife get ready to divorce him?
the divorce is final. He's already agreed to $5 million for I think it's Grace Hightower, I think her name is. I want to say that's her name, but I know that's it's either his first. Let me go back to let me go to
I'm looking her up. Damn, I didn't know this.
yeah, Robert De Niro's actually getting a divorce, and that's why I brought that up during the but he's already paying
Yeah,
her.
he already
Yes,
he got one son by her, Elliot.
yeah, but he has a lot of kids. He's got kids all over the place, and all of them are black
Ooh-wee.
kids. he got nothing but black kids. So
They separated and
he loves, yeah, he loves sisters
damn.
now. Don't get it twisted. Yeah,
Oh,
he loves,
he don't discriminate. The thing about that
yeah,
line he said the Bronx, that line said the Bronx too. He said, I like everybody. I get along with everybody, no matter what color they are.
yeah, most definitely, most
Shit, Grace
definitely.
beautiful, man. Ooh wee.
Yeah, and
So
they're
she
getting a
worth
divorce,
16 million. Damn.
and he paid her 5. He's paid her 5, which I say take the motherfucking money. If the nigga giving you 5, that's more than what he would have gave anybody. Because it was already a prenup anyway. He already has a prenup, so it's on his terms anyway. The fact that it's
Yeah.
on his terms anyway, if you know, because
I ain't
a
know
lot of
she was
times
an actor too, man.
let me address this to people who are married. And even though I'm not
Okay.
married, I can tell you certain things about marriage because I have most of my family is married. But a prenup don't automatically stop you from paying, stop you from not having to settle, give a divorce settlement. It's basically make you give you the leverage to dictate the divorce terms. That's all a prenup does for the most part. Now, in some situations, a bitch ain't gonna get shit. And I have to say this in the context in which I say it in because some people just don't understand if I say it in layman terms. Just because you got a prenup don't mean you ain't gonna get a bitch shit. It just means you can dictate the terms of whatever goes
Mhm.
down. So if your net worth is $100 million, then you can settle for like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. I think Robert De Niro's net worth is somewhere around $250 million plus Screen Actor Guild's residuals and director's residual. Yes, he is a director. Yes, he has his own production company. He gets residuals for every movie that he has produced, directed, and whatever. He's going to get residuals on top of that.
300
So
million.
300 million. Okay, so I'm right in the ballpark. So that's not including interest on top of that. That's not including the restaurants he owns and shit like that. Because he has a damn good restaurant out in New York as well. And yes, he has restaurants out.
And then he has, and you're right, he has
So
one,
that
two,
does not
three, 4, 5, 6. My bad. He has 6 children with his. He has 6 children with his youngest, Elliot, by Grace.
Mhm.
He's autistic. The
Yes.
youngest,
So
Elliot has autism.
yes, and yes. So basically, Grace needs to shut the fuck up before they fuck around and take that shit from him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying you don't deserve no money. Nobody's saying that. But if the guy's already paying you, take the money and run. I just because you getting part of the Goodfellas residuals and all that other good shit. Just take the money. And then that
Mm-hmm.
new Netflix movie he coming out with, The Irishman. Come on now. That dude's getting paid hand over fist. So he can pretty much dictate whatever at 70. He ain't too far from 80. He can dictate the
75.
money. 75, whatever he can dictate whatever he can dictate whatever in terms not only in Hollywood but the divorce settlement. So he has leverage over you. The fact that you
And
signed
his
that,
first and I mean to cut you off again. Yeah, his first wife is black. Ooh wee, yeah, De Niro.
that's what I said. That's why I said he has that's all he has, black children. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. So and that's why he's going in on Trump because he understands that he has black children. You know what I'm saying? And and not every white people person think like this, but the way he's thinking is, I have black children and I have to be considerate of my
Mm-hmm.
children and I care about children. So in that respect, again, Grace, shut the fuck up, take the money and run and enjoy some of that Robert De Niro money. If the dude willing to pay you, pay the shit. And again, to the guys who getting prenups, that again, if you got any kind of money, that does not mean just because you make a bitch sign a prenup, don't mean you will not be paying her shit. Please, please go back to this recording on August 4th, 2009, and listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Just because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
married, don't mean I don't know what goes on in marriages. I pay attention to shit and I do my research on shit. So you know what I'm saying. If you a billionaire and your wife asking for 20 million, you can bust her down to 10 million. You know what I'm saying. So with Paul McCartney when he married that little young tenderoni, he was smiling in court. You know what I'm saying because
Mm-hmm.
Paul McCartney's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? And I think she got 40 million up off of him and shit like that. But he was smiling. He was like, "Shit, bitch, that's nothing, bitch. I got, I got catalogs. I got music catalogs, bitch. So it is what it is when it comes to that. So that's what I'm saying. Just be mindful of that. But go back to the Harley race. I know I was all over the place a little bit, but go back to the Harley race story.
Yeah, but yeah,
Educate
man.
people.
Yeah, but again, for Jimmy went sideways with it. Shit. If you want, Harley Race. I mean, hey, old school wrestler. I mean, that he was around about. Thinks that he been wrestling since he was like 60. He said he been wrestling since he was like 16. So, but man, I mean, hey, if everybody, and I'll be honest with you now, I don't even watch this bullshit that they call wrestling right now. I don't, cause it's bullshit. Because you got guys like not to knock on them, like the fucking Triple H. He just turned 50 years old a couple weeks ago. But see, he know when he picks his spots when to wrestle and when not to wrestle. You got fucking Shawn Michaels who just turned 54 years old, still going out there wrestling and shit. But you retired. Sit your ass down. Do like what Harley did. Fucking retire. Save your money. And to quote someone like, but like what Warrior told Shawn Michaels back 30 years ago. Hell, start stacking your money because shit gonna be changing 30 years from now. You know,
Exactly.
hell, hard to stack his money. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, he was one of the, like I said, one of the most legit tough guys there is. And like I said, just pull up Harley race stories. Go on Quora, that's QUORA. Type up Harley race tough guy stories. I mean, because hey, it's a lot of. I mean, man, it's champions. He managed champions. He was a champion himself. I mean, he had some it cut some damn good promos. So, and I think I did send Jimmy one. If not, I'm gonna send him one about how tough this dude. About how badass he was. He didn't need back then. The wrestlers didn't need no script. They spoke when they got beaten in the left side of their chest from the heart. They didn't need no script. They ain't need nobody. Excuse me. They ain't need nobody telling them what to say or whatnot. You watch guys like Harley Race, Ric Flair, Terry Funk, how they cut promos, how they cutting promos. the American Dream, if you will, baby, Dusty Rose. I mean, Jimmy McRide know who I'm talking about. That's that Jimmy McRide. He's always right. He very seldomly wrong. Very seldom,
Hmm.
if you will. See, that's how he talk. I
Oh
mean
yeah,
that
most definitely.
shit. These wrestlers today, they got to be told what to say, how to do shit.
Oh yeah.
You can't say this and that shit. That's why I've been sending you all been sending in the sports entertainment group chat them clips about Jesse Ventura. He broke the shit down. If you're a fucking independent contractor, fuck you telling us when we need to go here and there for. Independent, if you're an
Oh,
independent contractor, it's not just wrestling business people. And I think I said this before. If you're an independent contractor, whether like you're in my field, I install cable, you're in my field or whatever, you basically call your own shots.
yeah.
You really call your own shots. And even when you're told to do
Yeah.
something, when you're told by somebody what to do, you still call your own shots. You don't sign that 1099 for nothing.
Oh yeah.
You
Most
hell,
definitely.
you call your own damn shots.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
again, rest in peace to a legend, Harley Race, and shit. I mean, man, live long. Though he was in a wheelchair and stuff like that. I mean, he battled all kinds of shit. So I'm gonna say this: all them wrestlers up in heaven, y'all don't mess around, don't mess around, get that left hand of his. They
hmm
said his left hand laid motherfuckers out. But Jimmy, also I want to shout out, man. I made a post on Twitter
hmm
about Beyonce. And boy, motherfuckers just coming out the goddamn woodwork and shit.
yeah.
And I know you saw it, and especially that troll there by the name of Oak Tree, come talking about. And if I'm gonna pull this tweet up, but no, I don't even feel like pulling it up. Let my phone charge up. He said something. I guess he or she said something about, and I quote, and then it made it so bad. He took the time to think. They took the time to screenshot my Twitter profile pic, and then gonna respond by saying, he looked like one of you talking about Craig looked like one of them look like one of them type of uncles that you don't leave your children around.
The fuck?
Right. And I was like, okay, I would tell you what you look like, but your motherfucking ass ain't got no picture up. And then
That's
this one
crazy.
chick, and then this one chick from Houston, she said some shit talking about some, people that don't have people that never had a stable childhood always spout out shouldn't be spouting out stable opinions. So I'm like, I'm like, the fuck you talking about? I said, I think my childhood was stable. What about yours? I'll wait. All the Beyonce's fans, yeah, and she couldn't say shit. You know, all of these Beyonce fans or somebody, one of my Twitter followers told me the Beehive, they want to jump on my ass. And then after I told all these hard headed motherfuckers, and I'm just gonna call it like it is, I told these little hard headed motherfuckers, these Rainbow Coalition motherfuckers, look, I done left the shit alone. Leave it alone. And you study liking shit and quoting shit that's being tagged on fucking me.
hmm
Let me say this. Yeah, when I said Rainbow Coalition, I ain't taking no shot at it if you gay, whether if you're a gay man that like Beyonce or a gay woman that like Beyonce. What you do is your business. I ain't got no issues with I don't have no issues with gays. Period. But when I ask people like y'all to fucking do something, fucking do it. Cause like if Jimmy gonna rag on me about something, I said, look, Jimmy, leave the shit alone. He gonna leave it the fuck alone. Or vice versa.
hmm
I mean, but goddamn, all I made was an opinion about the about her with the Frankie Beverly thing, and then I didn't even know her redoing Anita Baker song was 10 years ago. I did not know that until now. Until Friday. But like I told motherfucker, I said, but goddamn, I said, man, y'all ragging on me about the shit. But let me tell you something. But the Oak Tree, whatever your name is, if you want to decide to show your face, little boy, little girl, whatever the fuck you is, little shim or butch boy, or whatever you is, just come on with it. I got in. Hey, I got all y'all Bay High fans, and I respect one from my hometown of Chicago. You know, hey, shot. I'm gonna represent somebody from Chicago, but
Yeah.
god damn, leave the shit alone. I left the motherfucking shit alone. Stop talking about it. Stop tweeting me on this shit, retweeting shit, and comment on the goddamn shit. That post was made about a fucking week ago, and y'all want to drag that shit in the ground.
Yeah,
But now, if anything, go ahead.
and I'll say
Go
this
ahead.
as well. I'm a Beyonce fan, but it ain't that serious in my personal opinion. To where people got to be quote unquote fangirls and fanboys. You know what I'm saying? Because like Houston, they're Houston individual. I get it because people go hard for people from Houston. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So I kind of get it, but it was still out of line in my personal opinion. Uh, but again, y'all don't got to be a fanboy to that, a fangirl or fanboy to that point, to the point to where you just harassing people. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. It ain't that serious.
And
But
it is
go
really
ahead,
don't,
brother.
man. And I'm a Beyonce fan too. And really, I'm gonna share a link with y'all. I think it was episode 21 of Let's Draw on Something.
Mhm.
When I basically took Trey Murphy's question that he asked about why is it that black women hate up on Beyonce, I took up a for about that shit. Because the reason why black women hate up on Beyonce is because they ain't got a nigga like Jay-Z.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That is
You said it,
that is
Jimmy, and I said it.
yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Totally agree, man. It's crazy, man. But people should not let their fanboyism or fangirlism, you know what I'm saying, you know, skew their logic. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is when it comes to that. What happened? What the hell happened? What the hell just happened here? That's crazy. Wow. Let me invite my boy back. Let me invite my boy back. What happened? That's crazy. What happened? You're saying you're here. I don't know what's going on. That's crazy. The hell happened here? What's going on in this motherfucker? Hold on, let me check something. What the hell? This is crazy. Hell. Yeah, this is crazy. What to do, man? Let me add you to the stream.
About time.
What to do, brother?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened because I was trying to log
Hmm.
back on this mute thing, and then all of a sudden my whole shit just went out. So I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on. But yeah, we talking about with the Beyonce thing. But like I was saying, man, we all them damn Beyonce fans, like my boy Jimmy said, the shit ain't goddamn called for. And and I'll say it again, leave the shit alone. It ain't nothing but harassment. But y'all lucky I ain't blocked my ass. But to the young lady from Houston, for you to make that little, it don't bother me, but you need to, and like Jimmy say, hey, people from Houston go hard for everybody, and whatnot. I go hard for my peeps in Chicago, whether we right or wrong or whatever.
yeah,
Okay. But for that young lady in Houston that said that shit about the stable, I didn't come from a stable home. Go fuck yourself. So,
exactly.
because maybe you probably talking about your damn self. And the oak tree, whatever the fuck your ass is, if you, like I said, if you a he or a she or you represent both, same to you. So I'm done with that
Exactly.
shit. But last topic of the day, man. The Walmart shootings. We had one that happened here where my neck of the woods, in South Haven. Another
Hmm.
happened 3 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours down from where Jimmy is in El Paso. And then we had one that happened today in Dayton, Ohio. Now, Jimmy said that the latter two were all white supremacist motivated. But I want to talk about the one here that happened close to me.
Yeah,
And let me say this: this dude had fucked his whole damn life up. And the man he lived over here in the same apartment complex my mom and I do here in Mississippi. Okay, uh, which is fucked up. If you get suspended, and I'm gonna say this again, if you get suspended from a fucking job, take that L. I mean, damn. And if you don't know the backstory to that, Jimmy, what it was is him and the dude and the employee got into it. So he showed him a knife. So the employee went back to the manager, told him what was up. Manager suspended him, but I later found out that he was fired. For basically drawing a weapon on an employee. You don't do that. So he got
yeah,
fired, and he had this shit planned out for the longest because he said he went in the back, tried to set the store on fire. While everybody's attention was diverted from to the store and to the fire in the back, he came up in the front and got at the ones he shot and shot the two people that shot at the manager that fired him, and then shot another one that was underneath the manager that fired him. They're dead. Four was wounded. One that was wounded was a cop, but even though he had his vest on, he still was taken to the hospital. Uh, one of the girls, and it was on the news about the fact he pointed a gun at a woman and said, "Oh, said yeah, y'all, yeah, your ass say something." Yeah, said your ass. I said I've been wanting to get at your ass. Said your ass been next. Your ass will be fucking next. So come find out, old girl ran, which in turn found out was a partner of mine's wife's best, one of her friends
yeah.
that he pulled a gun on. So yeah, I said yeah, she gonna. So I told him I was like yeah, she gonna be taking leave ass like a motherfucker because that shit ain't gonna never get out your mind from with that PTSD and shit like that. But look, and I stress this again, and Jimmy may have to say the same different perspective. If you get suspended, your first day of your suspension, start looking somewhere else.
I agree. Totally
Don't
agree.
if you get suspended or if you get fired, don't plot up there. Don't plot up there the next fucking day and want to start whooping somebody's ass and want to shoot somebody's ass. Take that L. Find something better. You know. I mean, shit. Hey, I've told the story on Jimmy J's live and direct. Well, we actually did it on Let's Draw on something. I shared the story about why I got fired from FedEx 11 years ago. I was pissed as a motherfucker. But but what I was more pissed about was the fact that some people felt that it was well deserved and quote unquote he needed to be taught a lesson. No, I don't need to be taught a lesson when you fucking hurt my pockets, when you hurt my income. You know, if you
Yeah,
get
I
if,
agree.
if you get suspended or fired, just walk away. And when you get a new job, you see the manager in passing, whatever. Hey, be cordial, or let alone keep your distance from. 'Em. But don't go up to the damn job shooting motherfucker because you got fired. So now this dude, man, and I really don't want to talk about the El Paso and Dayton because it's sickening. Because the majority of the ones that was killed in both of them shootings were children.
Yeah, and yeah, uh, the Dayton situation. Most of the victims out there, they were black people in Dayton, whereas the one in El Paso, those were people in Mexico from Mexico, and most of the people that live out there in El Paso, they're Mexican anyway. So that's basically New Mexico anyway. Because literally and figuratively, uh, because you're in the next. Because if you walk down from El Paso, you're in the state of New Mexico, and then you got a lot of immigrants that come here from El Paso as well. So those definitely were white supremacists linked. And then what kills me about those particular shooting is people are saying there's multiple shooters, but the media want to portray these guys as lone wolf. And the reason why they have to portray them as lone wolves because you will have a link between law enforcement in these
Mm-hmm.
particular. And the thing is, these guys are getting arrested, with no gunshot wounds or nothing. They're they're just arresting these guys. They don't shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't shoot shooters anything. So that's a little crazy. But if if an officer thinks another black person is got a gun, they're gonna shoot him, and they could be fucking unarmed. So that's the crazy thing about these particular shootings. These shootings are definitely linked to law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Because people talk about, what I'm saying, that these are lone wolves, and you got witnesses who's actually at the scene of the crime saying there's more than one shooter, but you only arrest one person. So media needs to go eat a fucking dick for all. We need people actually filming what's going on if it doesn't risk their lives. And I'm saying, and this is why I always say record everything. Don't sit up there and leave things to the imagination. Don't leave things to these witnesses, because sometimes it's just good to go on Facebook Live. You ain't gotta, what I'm saying, harass nobody. You know what I'm saying? But what you can do is you can record yourself. You have a right to fucking record yourself. And if something pops off, have a weapon, have some type of mace, have some type of pepper spray. When you're in an active shooter
Mm-hmm.
situation, know your nearest exit or your nearest escape route situation. And if you're within a close distance of an active shooter, mace that motherfucker, stab that motherfucker if you got the opportunity to. But if you're from a far out distance, this is why people need to have to get their gun game up. Take that bitch out if you got your gun ready, but definitely have an escape route. Have a hide and go see route. You know what I'm saying, or get the fuck away route. You know what I'm saying? Because anything, an active shooter could happen at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of places, especially places that I go to, that people don't check your personal items, people don't check your bags, people don't do any of that, and people can just walk up in there and just start popping. So always have some type of weapon to take these dudes out. And what's funny, what the media is also not talking about, is there was a black guy that saved some of those Mexican children out there in El Paso that they're not talking about. And this is confirmed by a woman named Skips Tactical Solutions,
Mm-hmm.
who's a gun advocate. She's a black lady out of Tampa, Florida. I don't know how she was able to get this access to this, but she put me up on that. But there was a black
Shout
guy that
out to
saved.
her.
Yeah, but there was a black guy that saved some of those kids. It would have been more victims had he not saved
And
some
it
of
was,
those kids.
I think I was reading something on that on Facebook, and it was an army guy. He
Yeah,
just got out the army.
old army guy just took things in his hands and just saved some kids and stuff like that. So definitely shout out to him and shout out to Skip's Tactical Solutions, and go check out her YouTube page as well. She definitely talks about having an escape route when there's an active shooter, having some type of weapon of some sort. And I'm gonna tell you, and and this is not me just being a military guy, because I'm not a military guy. You know what I'm saying? But I am a martial art guy. And one thing they teach us in martial art is anything literally can be a weapon. From throwing a drink of
Mm-hmm.
water in your face to buy myself time, to I can use a belt as a fucking weapon. So
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, you can use anything as a weapon, and literally you can use anything as a weapon. So definitely have something to cover your ass. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you're at close range to an active shooter and he doesn't see you, take him. You right there on him, take him out. Don't get scared, because what happens is a lot of people get scared. But if you're in close range, take them out. Be ready, because it takes a little minute before a person can fire off a shotgun or a rifle. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a pistol. A pistol or a Uzi. That's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
definitely know your distance. Understand your safe distance. Understand your close distance. Understand your fighting distance. If you understand that, you can save your life and save other people's life and stuff like that. Because I don't think they're gonna do anything to this guy. They're gonna try to break. I'm talking about El Paso in particular. They're gonna
Yeah.
throw him off mentally unstable. Now about the Dayton, Ohio guy, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with this dude. You know what I'm saying? But again, with the Walmart situation, South Haven, you know what I'm saying? He definitely should be prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? Because that was an
Yeah, because
unnecessary.
he go ahead,
Yeah,
finish saying, because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be up with that.
it's definitely an unnecessary situation. He could have easily walked away. He could have moved to another state, moved to Texas, moved to fucking Arizona. And Walmart, it ain't that. Walmart ain't that good of a job, other than being a fucking truck driver or a fucking management. Nigga, you lost 50,000 with that little $10 bullshit, $10 an hour. Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. You could have.
Really,
You.
man, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $13 an hour,
But
13 $14 an hour
that was less. He could have
every
came.
2 weeks.
He could have came to Houston and made that shit. Come on, nigga. Get out
Mm-hmm.
of here, dude. I mean, he
Man, you
could.
already know. And
Hey,
then hell,
yeah.
stupid man. And then here's the fucked up part about it. So now this fool getting ready to face not only 2 counts of murder, capital murder,
Capital murder, which constitutes
but
death penalty in Mississippi.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah.
But because they said he would have had it been had it not been for the arson charge and attempted murder on the policeman, he wouldn't he probably would have got a plea. He probably would have got a plea deal where he would have got a manslaughter charge.
Yeah. But
But
I think with
the dumbass fixed his own self up. And let me tell you, and another thing here, and to all you folks, whether it's Houston and especially you Memphis niggas, the dude that did the shoot was 39 years old, and he did not work in a Walmart for 25 fucking years. So I know how to do math. He did not start working a Social Security collecting job at the age of 14, because if he did, Jimmy and myself and everybody else would have been started working at that damn age. Some of y'all ass need to just shut the fuck up. Start trying to start some goddamn shit. Want
yeah,
folks to believe y'all on pre-programmed gossip. You had
yeah,
hell, some of these same folks in Memphis had niggas believing, man. Man, I saw this one dude. He was walking fast, and he was just driving. He was taking the shit too. Come on, man.
that's crazy. And people definitely, y'all need to definitely stop providing false ass information. This just doesn't go for people in Texas or Memphis.
Anybody.
Across the way, man. Make sure you're on top of y'all shit when y'all provide this information, because people need to know this shit. So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. But my condolences go out to the family who was victims of those particular shootings, and uh, these police departments, step y'all game up. It don't take, you know, it don't take a whole bunch of officers to go check somebody. Get one or two officers, go check a local Walmart, because we got Walmarts all over the place in Houston. I mean, every 3 miles you're gonna have a Walmart. Every
Shit,
three
that's the same
miles
here in Memphis.
every 3 miles there's a Target, Walmart, or a super shopping center, or a Sam's Club. You know what I'm saying? Which basically Sam's Club's is Walmart. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
With
basically
with a
that's what
damn
fucking,
good food court.
yeah. So if you're an officer in Houston, I mean, go check some of these Walmarts out. I mean, just check something out. Just check things out, man. I mean, and not just for Houston, all across the place, man. Because this Walmart's everywhere, man. Walmart is basically a fucking monopoly, if you want to be honest.
Yeah.
But check out what's going on, because Walmart's, believe it or not, those are easy targets.
Mm-hmm.
And you pick those Walmarts for a reason, because people, if it's a Walmart in a Mexican neighborhood, guess where people gonna go to shop? Walmart. If it's a Walmart in a black neighborhood, guess where people go to shop? A Walmart. Same thing with Chinese, all white neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So he picked that place specifically because he knew those people were gonna be there. So just check out what's going on, man. Just check out what's going on as an officer, man. You got anything else before we get off this line, man?
No, man, I ain't got nothing. But again, shout outs to like I said, shout out to my girls, the Sherbert Ratliff on her new endeavor. Proud of her. Hope to see her on the Black Enterprise magazine. You'll see her face on the Black Enterprise magazine soon. And also shout out to my boy Trey Murph. Like I said, advertising. Trey Styles Custom and Designs. There's not one thing he cannot customize. Like I said,
Most definitely.
his NBA. Hey, if you need NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, MLS, or whatever, yeah, that's what I was trying to think about the soccer. Holler at him again. His phone number is 901-364-3698. So come at him with come out with some real talk. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't come out with no something. Don't come at him with no damn bullshit.
Yeah. And also shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed with the Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors was definitely, this is the best of all the 5 documentaries, or I should say 6, because the Haitian Revolution was definitely one of those documentaries that was good. But I think out of all the documentaries he had, this is the one. He went in. When I say he went in, he went in. And he got a special guest on there, man. And he got a coon as a he got a coon as a special guest on that motherfucker. And
Oh shit!
the thing was, he made a joke of that motherfucker. It was funny as hell. And Houston, New York, all the cities that had the Hidden Color showing, they went and showed out. Of course, if you see me on Facebook, I had my little purple suit looking like an old preacher.
Yeah, I saw. Look, your ass look like Big Ranger. Your ass look like Big Ranger with the Stacey Adams ad on and shit.
Oh yeah, man.
All you needed was a cigar.
Oh yeah, so I had to show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the people that contribute to the movie as well. So it's definitely a must see documentary. It's already the #1 documentary on Amazon, and none of the DVDs have been shipped out just yet. The pre-orders.
Damn, what's going on over there, man? Because that's the 4th police siren I'd heard.
Over here?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a shock. Yeah, I think it's at the nightclub, because we have a nightclub over here, and sometimes they get busy over here sometimes. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
They need to shut that motherfucker down. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why. But definitely shout out to Tariq Nasheed. I hate he got shut out of the UK, and they gave some cockamamie excuse for the UK, but I'm saying if they're not going to show you love in the UK, you always got Houston. Houston always got your back. You know, New York City. Shout out to those people. Shout out to Ronlin Stevens and his wife. They, you know, they was there with him and shit like that. So, much respect to the people out of New York City as well. But definitely go see Hidden Colors, man. It's a must see documentary. You know, get your pre-order for Amazon. You know, it's already the number one documentary, top 5 DVD overall. So man, like go on and get that. Go and get the hot fire, man. But another thing I wanted to shout out to my boy World Breaker Fighting. My boy put me up on this platform that we currently on, and that's StreamYard. So definitely shout out to my boy World Breaker Fighting for introducing me to the StreamYard platform. Very good stream. You know what I'm saying? You know, no herks and jerks like Google Hangouts. So I guess it was a good decision that Google Hangouts uh, did self destruct. You know what I'm saying? You know, but
I
I
hate it
wish,
did.
yeah, I wish YouTube had been more communicative by telling us the stuff that we could have used. That's my only downside with YouTube. YouTube needs to be more communicator with their broadcasters and people who actually do content like this, because you know what I'm saying. I don't push out videos like I did last year or even in 2017. But
Yeah.
that's a problem I have with YouTube. YouTube need to be communicative with the people with their channel content creators out here, man. Especially with black
Hmm.
channels like that. With white channels, they don't have nowhere near these issues, but black channels, we gotta. If I didn't know who World Breaker Fighting is, I probably wouldn't have got up on this motherfucker right here because you know I always support him because he's out of the Dallas area. Shout out to him. Shout out to Shaquita and uh, Kurt Anderson out of New York City. Shout out to those individuals and shit like that. Shout out to LDBC as well. I want to shout those guys out as well because I learn a lot of game for them. So if I wasn't the type of person that was open minded and learned and game from different people, you know, I don't think we would have did this live stream in the fashion that we in. But we're gonna do as many live streams as possible as long as YouTube permit us to do them.
Hmm.
It is what it is. Do you got anything else you want to say before I get my African ass up out of here and take my ugly ass to bed?
Man, not much, man. I'm gonna do the same, but I gotta eat. But other than that, yeah, I came straight on in from work, man, and just said fuck it, shit. So I should try to get this damn thing together. But let me ask you this, man, before we do sign off. So Hangouts is gone completely. So that means the people we had in Hangouts, like contacts and everything, we can't talk to them no more.
If you got Google Contacts, you can easily still get those people access. But you know, if rather it be via uh, Google email or even Facebook, I can send this link either way. Uh, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can actually create your account as soon as you get off or get time because I know you got to go to bed and stuff like that. You can actually create this account is StreamYard. Basically, go follow the directions and it'll direct you to it. Just go for the free subscription, not the 25 or however much money gonna ask you for, because there is some cost, because you got certain professionals and business
Hmm.
employers that actually use this particular content. So, but I was just fortunate to be on top of my game to where people, I'm able to network with people and know what's going on. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but one little last shout out. I like to shout out to and I got to do this. I've been meaning to do this for a while, longest. I got to give a shout out to all of the beautiful ladies from the Southside class of '95. They know who they are. And I ain't saying no names, but all I gotta say is this: I love ladies, and ladies love me. But When I'm around some of the best looking women, I got taste. But other than that, I ain't got nothing to add. But let me go on to sign us off. Once again, that was your boy Jimmy J Smooth out of born and raised in the 901 and 832. I'm Craig L. Smith II. Gonna close this bad boy out. When Let's Draw on Something, episode 23 will be on StreamYard until further notice. So without further ado, good night, everyone. Don't drink and drive. And the pleasure has been all yours.